Hello, this is Gary Parker. I am your Linux teacher this quarter, and I just wanted to share a few things with you for week one. So I am running Debian Linux on my office computer right now, and I have another version of Debian running on my laptop. Basic GNOME Debian splash screen there. I got my Xterm up here. I like the GNOME graphical user interface. You don't have to have a graphical user interface for this class, but it's nice. So for sure, you got to have one Linux installation, and the book references various Red Hat or Debian type Linuxes, and there's a lot of other ones out there. Like SUSE is different than the Debian or the Red Hat variations, and then Mac, it runs on, what is Mac? Is it NetBSD or OpenBSD? One of those, which is another kind of Unix system. So I need you to have some kind of Unix system where you can do some command line stuff. And then I also want you to have a different version. So since I have Debian here, I went for a Red Hat version as my alternate, but I have a Mac at home with its BSD version of Unix. So I got a few different ones going right now. On this computer, I also installed, I wonder if that's screwed up. I'll find out. I installed VirtualBox, and on VirtualBox, I can install other operating systems that will run within my Debian installation. So I have Rocky here, which is a variation of Red Hat Linux. So let's start that sucker up. And it's going to boot like it would from the hard drive if it were the only distribution or had its own hard drive partition to boot from. And it keeps jumping screens on me. And on this one right here, I didn't install a graphical user interface with Rocky. I just did the basic installation, no GUI stuff, because that's really all I need it for. It's just the command line stuff. And since you have multiple distributions, be careful. Oops. Keep track of your password. Numlock is on. That's okay. I don't care. Well, I can't type and talk apparently. There we go. And I'm in. And there's nothing in my home directory. Root directory's got all the usual stuff. Compare that to, let's see, where's my terminal? There you are, over here. I use this a lot, so I have stuff in there and documents. And the root directory's got similar stuff. Notice things are configured a little bit different. Here I have display on a white background. I mean, and those are things that you can change. But again, I want you to have a couple of different ones. So again, this is Rocky. You can see the login screen there at the top, capturing the mouse since I clicked on it. And then I need you to confirm some information. So you're going to send me the output of uname-A for each of your distributions. Another source for distribution information is to view. Cat is a file viewer, text file viewer. Under etc in the root directory, you should have an OS release file, which will give other information about your particular release. So there's that one. So that's an alternative command you could send me information on. Check the same thing here. Or I could, and again, Cat is a popular file streamer viewer. I like to use less a lot, which is a pager for text files. So just for fun, let's use less, etc OS release. You can see here I got a different distribution. So I want you to have a couple of distributions to play with. Reason is when you're at a server, you're never quite sure what version of Unix is going to be running, and sometimes certain files you need to access will be in slightly different places, and then editors you might use might be different. Like one might have VI or Vim as the default editor, someone else might have Emacs, someone else might just have Nano. So there's some slight variations you want to get used to in the different distributions. So that is the recommendation. And again, that's the assignment for week 1. Quick look. It's the first time we're doing the course online, so bear with me as I get it set up. So I have a reading assignment for week 1 and a quiz for week 1. I'm almost done setting up week 2. We're going to go over chapters 3 and 4. There's a lot more to do next week than this week. Usually installing Linux is easier than installing Windows these days. And your reading assignment is going to be similar each week. I'll have you outline the topics. So here I have a pretty minimal outline of chapter 1. Feel free to do more. I just did a tiny bit more on my chapter 1. Chapter 2, right? The minimal would be just like the main headings, but for your own benefit in learning this stuff, it's good to take a few more notes. So here's my example of notes for chapter 2. And again, chapter 3 and 4 are a lot busier. And all I need you to do is share with me your outline for chapters 1 and 2. And then here I have another example. This is a picture of my laptop computer where it's running a version of Debian, and I did the full Rocky install on my laptop. So this has the graphical user interface for Rocky, whereas on my office computer here, I just have the basic installation with no GUI, no desktop manager. That's about it for now. If you have any questions, please get in touch with me. His contact information on the syllabus, my email, my phone number. If you want to meet through Zoom, let's do it. Otherwise, I plan to make a trip out to Hermiston or Boardman soon to try and track you all down and meet you. Stay in touch and do good computer work. Adios.